6:42 this morning. With kids out of school doing classwork at home, social distancing from friends, and adjusting to some major changes within families, the coronavirus can really take a toll on mental health, even in the young ones too. So here was some advice on a lesson that can help kids struggling with the changes. Child psychologist, we have Dr. David Chiarella. We are so happy that you are joining us via Skype today. Good morning, Dr. C.
Good morning. How are you?
Good morning. I know we had talked about all the different struggles and changes that kids are going through, but you say that one of the big foundations to lay for your kids that can kind of help with all aspects is resiliency, right? So can you explain that a little bit?
Sure. Resilience is the ability to adapt to a stressful situation. It's basically the ability to bounce back. It's kind of like, how do I roll with the punches? And, all of us are resilient to some degree. And I do believe that there are some kids that are inner directed and they sort of have an intrinsic desire to be more resilient, and they are. And then I think we can also teach and we can boost and we can foster resiliency in our children. Characteristics like problem solving and characteristics like confidence and the ability to see something like what we're going through now in these trying times as more of a challenge rather than something that's a setback or something that, we have to say, oh my God, we're stuck at home. We can't do this. We can't do that. It's seeing it much differently as like, all right, this is our reality. So what are we going to do with it? How are we going to change?
Mm-hmm. So can you give me some examples? What are some things that we can do, parents can do, to really help our kids with resiliency at home?
Well, I think the first thing that they need to do is to model positive self-talk. And again, say things like, how are we going to how are we going to cope with these kinds of things? And so that is kind of the attitude is that, well, we can't really change the reality. So how can we change ourselves? So taking this and spinning it so that this is a challenge, not so much as a problem. And then I think this is an excellent opportunity for parents now to teach new skills. I mean, kids are home, they're there, and if it's something like, hey, I think, buddy, this is the best time for us to start working on this other issue of yours, or this is something that we can start to work on. Parents ask the question rather than why, say how. How can we change? How can we do things different? I suggest to parents now that they ask their kids, name 3 positive things about us being together at home. So it's switching that frame, so to speak, and changing that camera lens to see this more of a positive thing and more of a challenge rather than, again, a setback. And staying hopeful. I think parents can model, being positive and taking a perspective and saying things like, no, I know this is tough right now, but let's take a look around us at what we do have, and let's have gratitude for what we do have. So it takes it out of that other context and puts it in more of a positive context, and I think that helps our kids become much more resilient.
Yeah, I know we have talked about the longevity of this situation, that could be a struggle for kids, and you said even resiliency can help if your kids are simply bored at home, right?
Sure, yeah, and I think, in addition to the uncertainty and the anxiety and the worry, maybe one of the biggest things that parents are dealing with are their children's boredom or their boredom. And again, reframe that. Okay, all right, I get it. We're bored. So what are we going to do about it? How are we going to do things differently? How are we going to do things that we haven't done before? So it's problem solving. It's saying, okay, we get it. What are we going to do to make things different? And I think that goes a long way to help children foster that resiliency. And once they do that, then parents go back and remind them, remember yesterday how we were bored? Well, today we're not as bored, or we found out some solutions to our boredom. So they're teachable moments that kids hold on to.
Well, resiliency is something that we all need, and it's so wonderful to hear that we can learn this too during these trying times. Dr. C, thank you so much for joining us, and we hope to talk to you soon, okay?
All right, guys, you stay well.
You too, Dr. C, you too. All righty, well, we do have more information. In fact, if you are going through that stress and anxiety about the coronavirus, there's a number you can call, and they will give you all of the direct information for this, okay? So you can use Ohio's coronavirus hotline number. It is 833-427-56 34. And if you want to keep up with what's happening, we put everything in one spot for you, okay? So if you go to our website, go to this special coronavirus section, and we will have everything, today's interviews posted. This will all go on our website after the newscast and onto the 21 News app. We'll be back.